Hey, before we start the new video, Coach, we got a new contest for this year. What is it?
We're giving away $500, $1,000. All people are eligible. All you got to do is tune in to the end of the show, and we'll tell you all about it.
Here we go!
All right. Sunset Rewind is back for 2023, starting off with the preseason preview show. Got some gentlemen here today from Los Alamitos. Coach, great to see you again.
Finally, man, the off season is just, I love summer break as a teacher, but if there's one good thing about the fall,
Football is back.
football's back. So let's go. Let's bring it.
Let's go. So today we are welcoming Alonzo Esparza, quarterback Los Alamitos, and Manoa Faupusa, who is an offensive lineman and defensive lineman for the Griffins. Thank you for joining us today, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So first of all, what have you guys been doing in the off season to get ready for this season, as far as like lifting, running, passing, all that kind of stuff?
We've been doing a ton of player-led practices since we've been on our off period recently, but we've taken this off season super serious. A lot of the guys have gotten way stronger. We're doing a ton of conditioning to stay in shape, and just building that chemistry amongst the guys is really one of the main things we're trying to accomplish this off season.
And when you say player-led practices, is that like unofficial practices where the kids are just getting together and kind of working on your stuff without the coaches?
Yeah, no, we can't be with the coaches since it's off period, so we're taking guys like that are leaders of the team, and they're getting their groups, and we're working on what we got to work on, and then we're all coming together and having practices. And
So going into this season, I mean, Los Al won league last year, semifinals of Division I, the toughest division in the United States, I think. I mean,
Without question.
So what are the expectations, Alonzo, this year for you as an individual, but as well as for the team?
Well, I want to win. I know that's like really cliche, but I mean, there's nothing more important than the team. I mean, I want to put up big numbers. I want to have a good year. But obviously the team comes before me, and we got to win, and I want to win a ring this year. And I came here because I love the culture. And this goal is to have a new experience, and I'm loving it so far. So yeah.
So Manoa, talk to me a little bit about the offensive line. You all returned pretty much from last year. You're all juniors and sophomores. I mean, this is a good group. How close are you? Because usually with an offensive line, it's senior heavy, maybe a couple of juniors, but you guys have been together for a while now. So talk to me in terms of how much you guys have gelled together, how much you trust one another, how much you know one another.
Yeah, we got 4 returning offensive linemen. So just coming off of last year, we're all very tight. Me and our center, Capono Mal, we've been playing since youth ball. So I feel like our bond is very tight, and like that double team, no one's going to get past that.
So what do you consider your strengths as a football player, Manoa?
Definitely, I think my speed sets me apart being a rugby player. I feel like I'm very explosive, and I feel like I could get from point A to point B faster than most linemen.
So you like to ever get plays where you get the pull and wrap around and you find that end and you just blow them up?
Yes, sir.
So do you also practice rugby full time, or like in the off season? Or I always see a group over at Oak Park. Or at Oak Middle School? Are you on that team?
No, we practice at the high school, but right after football season, we go straight into rugby. Rugby is year round, just like football. So we start in the winter and end during the summer.
Okay. So Alonzo, I had a question for you.
Yeah.
You've got a secondary that's lights out. I mean, all these guys are scholarship quality. You've got White, you've got Tuchek, you got Foster, Ruben.
D1 guys everywhere.
Oh yeah, Terry.
Yeah.
When you're at practice doing 7-on or even 1-on-1 drills, which one of those DBs gives you the most fits? Or you're like, oh God,
I already know the answer to this.
That's a tough
I already know
question.
the answer. No, it's not. It's Isaiah Rubin.
Really?
I already told him that. I said, dude,
Okay.
you're so hard to beat sometimes. I mean, he's so talented. I would put him as one of the best DBs probably in, California, possibly the nation. He's so talented. And he's got such a good, well-kept personality where he's not like an arrogant guy that's going to get in your face and talk all that shit.
How much better throwing against those guys every day does it make you? I mean, just elevate your game.
No, our team gets better. I mean, I'm going to make some plays where, probably it doesn't look the best in practice, but that's because a lot of those guys know what they're doing, and they can make it a lot more difficult for the quarterback.
So is he one of those guys when he lines up, you're like, okay, I'm not going to that side. I mean, when you're that good as a defensive back and you command that kind of respect, that's the ultimate compliment. Are you conscious of where he is when you're lining up and plays are being ran?
1,000% cautious of where Isaiah Rubin is when I'm playing.
Always know where that guy is on the field.
Yeah, always know where he's at. But we're always going to go through what we got to do on offense. We're not going to just single out any defensive player and not do what we're told to do. So.
You gotta compete, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Manoa, I got a question for you. It's kind of along the same lines. When you're doing your 1-on-1 drills, whether it's the Oklahoma or run block, pass block, Who's the one guy when you line up, you're like, okay, got to tighten the helmet just a little bit tighter because this is going to be a little bit tougher than I was hoping for?
When I'm going on defense, I think the toughest offensive lineman to go against is probably Pono. You know, just going against him, like, since we were younger, he knows all my moves. And then playing offense, I think going against Exodus Alo, he's going to be a senior this year, but his pass rush game has gotten so much better than last year. You know,
Is he a push-pull guy, a swimmer? Does he use moves? What's his
he's a speed guy. and
Okay,
he has
see,
good
that's
hands.
tough. Yep.
Yeah.
So, you know, you guys play football, but I also guess that you're fans. So this is kind of a non-Los Alamitos question. If you could go to any game in any era of history and see any football player play all time, who would be the one football player you'd want to see?
You have an answer for that? I got to think about that.
I think Troy Polamalu.
Nice. Great answer.
You know, I always grew up watching him from when he was because I was always a Steelers fan. So
Go Steelers.
I just want to see him back at USC because I heard he was a dog.
Okay.
I'd probably want to go see some Super Bowl game where it was super clutch and you see some guy make a huge play. Like, I bet you Tom Brady has a bunch of those games.
Oh, yeah.
Where
Yeah.
all the pressure's on
Just
a
him.
couple.
Yeah.
To go
Just a
with
few
his
of those,
10,000 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah. 7 rings, right?
Yeah.
Okay, question for you. Before a game or practice, do you guys have any unusual superstitions or rituals that you go through?
You? I don't.
And you don't have to have one. That's okay. I mean, we had the punter on last year from Huntington Beach, and he drink
Drink
coffee.
coffee.
Oh, okay.
That was the
That
thing
was his
before
thing.
every game.
Huh.
You know, maybe there's a certain way you get taped or music you listen to, whatever.
Definitely just praying before games.
Okay.
I feel like that's a big superstition for me.
Okay. Now, we had a Devon Mitchell on it when you had the passing league tournament down at Edison.
Yeah.
And we asked him, now you came from Sierra Canyon. Actually, let's back up a second. Your freshman year, you threw for 3,000 yards. Last year as a sophomore at Sierra Canyon, your production had dropped a little bit because it was such a run-heavy offense. Was that what kind of led you looking at other options? You'd won CIF as a sophomore there, but then for whatever reason, you wanted to go a different direction. Talk to me a little bit about that process.
Well, I mean, Sierra Canyon was great. There was nothing really wrong with that program. We were CIF champions. The guys were cool, and we had a great connection amongst everybody. And chemistry was great. It was super easy on my family because my brother went there in 8th grade, and it was a good family decision. But you know, I know that Los Al is a great opportunity, and when that opened up, and I talked to Coach Fenton, and he said it would have been a good fit for me, and I was like, you know what, this is a good opportunity for me as an incoming junior, and I need to take up on a program like this so I can, you know.
So they have some distinguished alumni there.
Yeah, Los Al definitely does.
No, Sierra Canyon.
Sierra Canyon,
Anybody
yeah,
with
absolutely.
LeBrons or his kids or any of his
Yeah, I know those guys.
anybody in that crew?
It's a private school, so you kind of know everybody.
Okay.
You know, so
It's a small knit group.
yeah, exactly. Like everybody that doesn't go to Sierra Canyon would probably think, "Oh my God, you've talked to Bronny."
Right.
Yeah.
But it's me. It's like he was in my math class all year. I was like, I knew Bronny. Like, it's not really.
So speaking of famous people, and I'll let both of you answer this, if you could have dinner with one famous person from history, they could be alive or not alive, who would you want to have dinner with or meet? It could be anybody.
I think about that. Let me think. Manoa, you got to answer. You got something.
Just so you know, he was going to say 5 before this, and
Yeah,
I'm
we
reading
scaled
his
it down a
questions
little
like,
bit,
dude,
yeah.
they're going to
No, I
start with
know.
1, I promise you. We're not asking him 5.
Okay, let me think.
Definitely, probably Kevin Hart.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Love Kevin Hart.
Like, he's a funny guy.
Yeah, he is.
I feel like it would be cool to be around him.
Yeah.
All right. And there's no right or wrong answer. If
Yeah, no,
you,
I know.
You can defer.
There's a lot of good options. Yeah, think about that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to let you off the hook with another tricky one, though.
Okay.
All right. So we had Devon Mitchell on during the passing league tournament, like I was saying, and he came from Allen, Texas, which is a pretty big football program over there. And I asked him, all right, if Los Al this year travels to Allen, what's going on? And he said Los Al's giving him a beatdown.
You know what he's going to ask you, Alonzo.
So if Los Al's traveling to Sierra Canyon this year, what's the score going to be?
Yeah. I mean, Sierra Canyon's good. They always reload.
And you still got friends there, obviously.
But I'm putting my bet on myself, obviously, and I put my bet on my team. I think we're a really good program, and we got some dudes that I know that are going to give them a hard time. And I obviously am going to bet on myself. I'm going to bet on my own team.
The energy at your practice, we were there a couple weeks ago, and it was nonstop energy. Everybody was flying around the field. You know, everybody's running everywhere, which was, I mean, just high tempo, high energy.
Yeah, very.
It looked like a well-oiled machine. Everything was going well, and everything was getting done. I mean, one of the most efficient practices I've ever seen. It was awesome.
So
Yeah.
one of the things I observe, Manoa, and you can kind of speak to this, is the quarterback is kind of the leader on the field.
Yep.
And you remind me a lot of a Pete Carroll in terms of how animated you are on the sidelines. I mean, he'll throw a 50-yard bomb down the field, and then he's sprinting to his receiver.
Yep.
They're jogging back. He's talking to him.
Yep.
Do you guys recognize that in the huddle and kind of see his energy out there? And is that infectious and kind of feed onto you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, just seeing one person get hyped gets the whole team hyped. You know, just like Alonzo just picking it up after like a bad day. You know, definitely brings up the mood for the whole team.
And he's kind of being humble right now with that sweater.
Yeah.
But if you ever see him at practice, he's got them rolled up. He's got the muscles. And
You know who he reminded
lifts with
me
you
of?
guys, right? The linemen. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
he does.
Okay,
I think I said this to you the other day. That practice, it reminded me of like watching Baker Mayfield.
That's
running
funny.
around. Yeah.
They call me Baby Baker.
Okay,
When I
dude,
showed up, that's what they gave me.
I
the nickname.
swear I hadn't heard that from anybody, but it was like that obvious. Yeah, I swear that's what it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, he's like Baker Mayfield.
I
So
appreciate that.
let's talk about your schedule a little bit. Cole, will you please put up the monitor? Okay.
Boom.
All right.
Start off with Western.
And I got to give Coach Davidson a lot of credit. He's the head coach at Western. We know him real well. Kent Piquel, who announces
Yep.
your games,
Yep.
and him are real good friends. And he's definitely scheduling up. He's trying to get his program to a next level. And obviously, you guys are going to that game as a heavy favorite. Then you take on Lucerna. I don't know if you know much about them, but they're a team that typically wins their league.
They're good. They're up there in the 605, neighborhood in Whittier, Santa Fe Springs area. They
And we lost
they always
the
have a good
feet,
solid program.
Cool.
Lucerna's a good solid program always.
And then, but they run that single wing stuff. So it's,
Yeah, they do.
at practice, you're probably gonna have to be the quarterback to run the scout stuff because it's hard for your backup quarterbacks to run that wing T stuff because there's so many nuances.
We know anything about Timpview yet?
I played Lucerna, by the way.
Oh, did
you
you?
did?
Yeah, I
Okay.
played in my freshman year. It was not a good game. I think that was probably one of my worst games I've ever had. That's why this is such a personal game for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Does
Lucerna.
Got it
that mean
circled
one
on
you
the
got circled?
calendar.
Yeah, right.
I actually was really glad when I saw Lucerna on the schedule because I literally want to beat them so bad. They talk the most crap and
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, the
I
good
wanna
news
beat
is you're
them
going to
so
get your
bad.
chance, right?
Yeah.
Timpview, we know they're from Utah. They actually made it to the state championship game last year, so they were in the finals for the state. So they're a solid team. Servite. That's Trinity League. You always know that's going to be a battle. And then the game that I've got circled on my calendar.
Yeah.
This is a game that should have been played in the playoffs the last 4 or 5 years at some point. Mission Viejo. Most people would argue that these are two of the top teams in the county. Well, they are the two top teams.
Right.
Public school, maybe
Yeah.
1 and 2. Have you watched any film on them? Do you know anything about their personnel? I know you only take it one game at a time, but that's kind of a big one.
Yeah, no,
Be a
it's
lot
a
of
huge
eyes
one.
on you.
I know that they're definitely good in the secondary. We beat them in the 5-on-5 apparently.
Yep.
I wasn't there, but apparently that's where we have the advantage. But I know they're a good team. I know where their guys are. I played them last year. I know for a fact that they got a really good safety. I think his name's Travis Anderson. Definitely kind of similar to keeping an eye on him. Okay.
Yeah, we saw them at that passing league Battle of the Beach a couple weeks ago to Edison. Yeah, they got some guys. That might be the game of the year in the county. I mean, it's going to be definitely one of them. But man, Mission Viejo, Los Alamitos, wow.
And then they get into league play. They end with Edison. It seems like the last couple of years it's always come down to that game for the league title. So it's possible again. I know there's 4 other teams that might have something to say about that. But your league is as competitive as it gets. I always say it's the best public school league in the country. I'm standing by that. Certainly it's going to be competitive this year. So you guys got a good, solid football schedule.
Yeah.
So you got to be looking forward to that.
So we got a new segment on the show this year?
We got a new segment on the show. Let's see, Cole, let me set this up real quick. Then I'm going to have to switch to my computer. Give me 1 second here. I already had it on. Okay. So this is called What Am I Looking At? But give me 1 second, Cole. Okay, go ahead and switch over.
What am I looking at?
Okay. Go ahead, Capone. I'm going to let you jump on this one real quick.
This was me.
And why did I call you? Go ahead.
This was
Manoa,
me,
not Capono. Sorry.
Mr. Bickel and Coach Justin at Griffin's Grill on Tuesday, doing a little podcast for them.
Yeah, so for you guys who don't know, if you're fans of Los Al football and you can't make the game, Kent and Justin have a podcast.
They have an amazing podcast.
They do a great job. If you go to the football website, losalfootball.com, you click on radio and you can listen to their game anywhere in the world. You can be in Walla Walla, Washington. You can be in Germany, whatever. You can listen live. And then every Tuesday, if you really want to get into the weeds about Los Al football, they'll always have a coach and a player on. So it's just an opportunity to get to know more about Los Al
Remember, they
football.
broadcast live from the American Heritage game last year. We were at Griffin Grill broadcasting. That was awesome.
All right, it looks like you are up again. What am I looking at?
Hey, look at that guy.
This was me. I was like,
Manoa's like, where'd you get that picture?
Yeah, where did you get that picture?
Hey, I've got my sources. This wasn't on him.
This is me. I was like 5 years old. We was in Las Vegas for a little rugby tournament.
Nice.
How'd you guys do?
I think we won that year.
All right, very nice. Got one more.
Uh-oh.
You talk about a man's best friend.
Oh, look at that. What's that dog's name?
Manoa. That was my best friend. Growing up, it was always me and her.
Good stuff.
That's awesome.
All right, you're up, Alonzo.
Well,
Didn't
I'm
think
trying to
I
figure
have
out-
you off the hook.
Where are you finding me?
Don't worry about it. I got my sources.
We've got sources.
This was my, I don't know what grade I was in, but this is my basketball team. I remember all those kids. One of them on the far right is my little brother.
Were you playing for the
Well,
Pistons?
who's the dude in the back, the tall guy?
That's JJ Redick, man.
That's Reddick. That is
That's
JJ Reddick. Yeah.
Yeah,
Duke,
he's,
right?
He's
Duke.
legit.
Yeah.
ESPN. Yeah.
But my little brother is probably the only hooper out of that group that actually still plays basketball.
Now, is JJ being a bully and dunking on you guys, or is he actually trying to be helpful?
Nah,
All
he was just shooting around.
Shooting 3-pointers,
just
right?
seeing him just shooting around.
right, what do we got here?
Oh my God.
Hey, you got a microphone. Are we going to get
Come
some
on.
singing, Alonzo? You got a mic right in front of you.
Definitely not gonna get singing. That is me when I don't know what age I was, but roughly below middle school, not in middle school, probably from anywhere from second to maybe fifth grade. I was singing.
Do you
I was
guys-
actually a really
what's-
good singer. I'm not gonna lie. I was a really good singer.
What song are you singing there? Do you know?
Something relatively rock. I remember there was this kid. That kid right there in the back. His name was Shay. His dad actually was really into the music industry and was trying to form a band for Shay. And I was actually a really good singer at that point before I hit puberty. And
And then it all went
and
downhill.
then it got really bad. And then I just was like, yeah, let's not do this anymore.
Puberty is when you start to hit those high notes, right?
No, it's where you can't hit the high notes.
It's that squeak, right?
Oh yeah, those high notes.
Yeah, right. All right, well, you're not going to have to sing because we actually have some footage of you singing.
Hey,
No,
look at this.
no,
So let's
How
see
you like
if I
that?
can get this thing to
No, bro.
play.
Yeah.
Bro.
Let's go.
No.
And this is
Can we hear that on our end?
we have a Robert.
You might be saved by our
Robert
audio
Trujillo
system.
from Metallica, right?
That is definitely that's my uncle.
Robert
That's my
Trujillo
uncle.
from Metallica.
So your uncle's the dude from Metallica, the bass
Bass player from Metallica.
Yeah, no, he actually is. It's
That's
my uncle.
awesome.
You want to try it again, Cole?
You got to hear this. It's really good. They're
They
playing.
actually are good.
They're playing
I
Inner
streamed it.
Sandman.
Oh yeah, no, we actually play a lot
Yeah.
of Metallica just because of the what's it called? Family background with Robert.
That's not working. Maybe we'll edit it in after the fact. But anyway,
But they're doing Inner Sandman. We've seen this.
and you
It's
guys were
awesome.
good. I heard it. I was like, for a
Yeah.
bunch of 10-year-olds or however.
That
Yeah,
was-
no,
it was
like 10,
impressive.
like 10.
That was
Yeah,
impressive.
yeah.
10.
Well,
All right.
what's it like having a famous rock star as an uncle like Robert Trujillo
Well,
there?
the other thing that was cool about that is that guy in the back with the long hair. That was Ty Trujillo. That's his son.
Oh, wow.
So that's my cousin is Ty.
That's awesome.
He's a really good bassist. He still plays bass and he's really good at that.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the other two dudes are doing at this point, but they were good buddies of mine. And we just played music.
We might have to come up with a Sunset Rewind karaoke edition.
I mean, you never know. It's
Alonzo Spars will be the
it's
first
definitely on
guy.
the
We'll
to-do
get a guy
list.
from each school.
Get a guy from each team? Yeah, no.
I told ask him a quick question. I'm going to get set up for the next game.
All right, do a little lightning round question here for both of you, so both of you can answer this one.
Okay.
So, Manoa, favorite class in school?
Math.
Alonzo.
Probably. Wait, let me go. I like Spanish a lot this year. Spanish was really fun. I was in a class of seniors. So I took Spanish 4.
Muy bien.
Yeah, muy bien. And it was kind of a bummer seeing all of them go because I got really close to all those guys, and then all of a sudden they graduated. It's like, dang. But it was a really fun class. My teacher was awesome.
That makes a big difference when you get a class you
definitely
like
got
and a
better.
teacher that's
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, no, definitely got better too. So
That's awesome.
Cool
How
class.
about favorite meal?
Probably Samoan food.
Okay.
Just whatever my mom makes.
Whatever mom makes, that's awesome.
I've had the same answer for years. I really like it's really specific, but I love crispy things. Like you get really crispy bacon. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
You get really crispy chicken tenders, but lean chicken tenders.
Right.
I hate the fatty chicken tenders where it's
They're
not
breaded
just
and
lean.
cooked just right.
Yeah, where it's lean chicken. It's it's lines of lean chicken.
So you know that trick to making
Drain.
crisp bacon? I just learned this on YouTube the other day. Instead of frying it, you bake it in the oven.
Oh, you know what? That
Yeah.
probably makes more sense. I'm gonna try that. matter of fact.
Like at 400 for 10 minutes or and then
Okay.
it comes out really crispy. How about this one for both of you? Best memory playing football so far, because you still got more memories to
Let's
make.
do that. Let's do that.
8th grade year, my first pick 6.
Oh, nice. Explain the play. What happened?
I seen the coach, he audibled the kid out to a swing route, and I was playing DN, so I read it. And then right when the quarterback threw it, he threw it right to me. So I picked it off, and I just ran.
Just
like
jumped.
40-yard run.
Cut under the route.
Yep.
Nice. So, Alonzo, your best memory of playing football so far?
I have two. I would say one of them I already talked about, that one moment where it was all on the line with that 2-point conversion. If we didn't
Right.
get it, we were going home. And that's why that's such a big memory to me. Is
The game
because-
against Warren.
Yeah, like literally, if we did not get that, we were going down in the first round and we're not CIF champions.
Right.
As simple as that. If we don't complete that pass, we're done.
It's all done.
And so I
They
applaud
talk about a
myself.
game of inches and a game of feet. It came down to those inches in that feet.
No,
on
literally.
that one play.
Yeah, no, that was the one play that would have defined the game. And so that was a huge game for me. And being able to get interviewed after the game, and it just kind of felt really cool. It was different. I've never been in a situation like that, or all that pressure with that one play was on the line. I've never been in a
But you were clutch, and you
Yeah.
brought
No,
the team to victory.
Of course, yeah. No, I have to. But another memory was with my dad in the All-Star game of my 8th grade year, my true 8th grade year. I got selected to be on this All-Star team, and there were like 2 quarterbacks for each team, and we were just kind of rotating. But one of the quarterbacks was really a DB, and he plays DB now. But his dad was the head coach, and so he was playing quarterback at the time. But when I got in, I had some great plays, had scored some touchdowns. I met a bunch of new friends that I knew were from my area in the Valley. And that was my first All-Star game, and some of my first years playing football for a legitimate team. And when I got in the car, just like it was a really emotional time for me and my dad, because we were making this long drive all the way back home and just talking about like this career that I've had with football. So I definitely would say that car ride and that game itself was
So not only a great football moment for you, but a great father-son bonding moment as well.
100%. Yeah.
That's always awesome. I mean, I can remember having times like that with my own father as well, when I was a kid growing up. Couple more lightning round questions real quick.
We're in lightning round.
Both of you, favorite singer, rapper, or musical group?
J. Cole.
Okay.
Jacob. Okay. I don't know. Probably. I like Trippie Redd.
Okay.
He just stopped dropping recently, but I liked Trippie Redd for a while.
All right, I got a couple for both of you. Who was the last guy in our team you'd want to step into the octagon against?
I'm gonna be so for real. Probably this guy.
I get that.
Yeah.
Either this guy or
Ooh, I got one.
who?
Capono?
You say.
Kamar.
Okay. Kumar.
Lily Kamar. Kamar or Leaky.
Okay. Who on your team would make the next best head coach? Player.
Probably me.
You
I
want
think
yourself?
it'd be me
Yeah.
because I know how to communicate with people. I think that's probably one of my top things. Just knowing how
And
to
you know the
be
offense,
positive.
and you recognize defense from being a quarterback.
Yeah, no, I have a full understanding.
Okay.
I feel like underrated answer is Capono. I feel
Capono.
That's a
like
good answer too.
Yeah.
That's a really good
he's
answer too.
He'll be a good coach.
Okay. Now I want you to be honest about this one. Have you ever fallen asleep during films?
No, I haven't. I actually haven't fallen asleep during film.
I saw the head go down. Was that?
Yeah, I have.
Is it a struggle after lunch? You start getting that food coma, then the lights go out, the AC's on, and
Oh,
they
we
just play
do.
that. When do you do your films?
We do a film after practice.
Okay. At least you're a little fired up at that point. But man, after lunch back in the day, that was the worst.
Yeah, no, that is pretty tough.
You didn't have a chance. Okay, 2 more. Have you ever gone to the line of scrimmage not knowing what you're supposed to do, but you didn't say anything because you didn't want to get yelled at?
Definitely, I just don't remember, but probably.
Yeah, I probably have, but there's not a moment I remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last question. If you're late to practice, who's the last coach on your staff you want finding out?
Probably my dad or Coach Fenton.
Okay.
With this team, definitely Coach Fenton.
Okay.
Definitely
Right,
Coach
right.
Fenton.
If you could give one message to your teammates going into this season, what would you tell them?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah. I just want y'all to know that like I got y'all. Like, we all brothers for real, and just going through every game, I'm always gonna have y'all back, and I love y'all.
I'd like to play on his team. Jeez,
Yeah, right.
That's a great answer.
For me, just know that I'm going to be supporting everybody. I don't think I've been able to fully exploit that just because, we're not in a tackle game. We're not in a really
Right.
serious, emotional, kind of, really high energy environment yet. 7-on-7, you're not with the big boys. You're not really, no one's really taking it as serious as a real tackle football game where it really does matter.
Right.
And I just know that, I'm giving my everything I got in every single game. And this is a huge year for me. So as much as it's a big year for me, it's a big year for this team. And I'm gonna give my everything.
Man, is it August 18th yet? I'm
close. We're close.
Listen to these guys. Let's go play right now.
All right. Speaking of playing, we got a little competition this year. Now, we actually had one last year. This year, we're adding 2 to the mix. All right. And all the teams from the Sunset League, the football players that we bring in, are going to have the exact same scenario set up. All right. So you're both going to have an equal opportunity to win against the other teams.
Okay.
The first one goes like this. You've got 60 seconds. I got a bunch of cards with terms on them. One of you's got to get your teammate to guess as many cards as possible within 60 seconds.
Oh.
Okay, so one of you is going to read the card, one of you is going to guess. So who's going to be reading?
I'll read it.
Yeah,
You'll
you
read it,
let me
and you're going to guess?
I'll guess.
Okay.
I'll guess.
The only catch is you can't say any part of the word that's on there. So, for example, let's say the word was swimming pool. You can't say pool or swimming. Does that make
You'd
sense?
say like water.
So
you know,
Dole
give
set it
hints
up,
like
give him
that.
60 seconds, and then they'll just go in order, all right? And as soon as he's got his timer set up, we'll knock this out. And the team that wins or gets the most, we're not going to show any of these shows until all of them have been recorded. So, you know, there won't be some
Okay, we
advantage.
are ready.
Are we allowed to skip?
Yes, you can skip and go back to them.
All right.
They get a little progressively harder at the end, but I don't think it's anything you can't handle.
Keep track of how many correct answers we
All
got
right,
to.
ready, and go.
Supporters, girls.
Cheerleaders. Boom.
Shoot. Place pads.
Skip.
Kicker.
Punter.
Good.
Wow.
Deepest.
Safety.
Yeah. The judge.
Referee.
Skip this one. Number 14. Best receiver at Los Al.
Makai Lemon. McCollum.
That's a great clue.
The street name that we're on.
Los Alamitos.
Yep.
Okay.
Linebacker coming through the A gap.
Middle backer.
No.
Kamar Mathudi.
Not like.
10 seconds.
Let's get this one.
Fast. Get 10 seconds.
This one. Defense.
Bean top.
No, defense.
Helmet.
And time.
Not bad. That was good.
It was
you
a
got
play.
6. All right, very good. Show them the ones that you skipped.
Locker room. That's the one I said. Place pass. I don't know.
Oh, place your pads.
Yeah, like place your pads. And
Oh, I
blitz.
thought you said place mat.
Linebacker coming down the A gap.
Oh, blitz. Okay, blitz.
And then zone covers. This is cover 2 for the defense.
Oh,
I didn't know if you knew it.
I know that. No, that's okay.
Those were
Not
cool.
bad, guys.
That's good,
All right,
yeah.
good job.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
That was tough.
hey,
Really good.
Someone's
You
gonna
get
have
some
to get
great
7
clues,
to
though.
beat
That
you
was
guys.
awesome.
So
Yeah.
right now you're in the lead. You're the only one to go so far, but you know, hey, first is better than last, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the last thing we're doing with you guys, this is the cup challenge.
Cup
we did this last year.
challenge.
Now, before you guys, we rolled, we explained how to do it.
Yep.
What we're going to do is the second you put your hands on the cups, and let me move the stuff out of the way for you.
Yeah, give them some room.
We'll start the timer. This isn't timed. It's just, well, it is timed, but it's as long as it takes. We're not going to cut you off or anything like that.
And lowest time wins, and the 2022 defending champion is Edison.
Oh, and do you want to see should we show them what they're playing for, or do we want to hold
Yeah,
on?
let's show them what they're playing
What are we
for.
playing for?
All right, guys, open these bad boys up.
Oh,
The champions will be
Here at
awarded
Sunset
those.
Rewind, we reward success. We do not punish failure.
this is pretty cool.
That's the Cup
Right.
Stacking Challenge Championship ring for
And for anybody at home who
2023.
can't see, let me pull this up real quick.
It fits well, doesn't it?
Cole, can you pull that up real quick? There it is. The 2023 Sunset Rewind Cup Stacking Champion. All right.
So
I take
there's
that off. It's
motivation.
going to weigh your hand down.
Yep.
Los Al's getting the first shot at it. So there you go. Edison, CDM, Huntington Beach, Fountain Valley, Newport Harbor. That's what you're playing for this year.
Yeah, we got first touch, guys. Sorry.
All right, let's go. The key is to have the last touch, right?
All
right.
Yeah, that's the key. Make sure you get last touch.
I will start
So we have to line it up.
You're going to go row 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1, and then collapse it. So it's going to start like that. You're going to build it and then collapse it and end like that.
Okay,
So
got it.
once they're both in that position, or at least one of them, because if you crash and burn, you still have your teammate to save you.
Okay, got it.
All right?
So I will start the clock as soon as your hand touches the cup.
On you.
Ready?
All right.
Stop.
Good time. Good time.
That's a darn good time.
Yeah.
Medicine won it last year. I think that might have been better than theirs. So
That's right.
You guys, all right. You guys are definitely in the running.
Score to beat, 22.89 seconds.
All right, so let's go to the last part of the show. Every episode this year, we're going to do a segment. It's called Name That Distinguished Alumni. We're going to read you a clue, and we're going to show you a picture. Now, you can do it. You guys don't have to answer this one, but on the comments after we post the show, the first person who puts the right answer, we're going to give them, let's not tell them. We'll come find them if you get it right. The first person to answer it right, anybody's eligible, all right? So let me just pull up the picture real quick. This is an alum of somebody from the Sunset League. Let me just go ahead and read it.
I'm not going to guess this.
Okay.
There's no way.
This athlete played in the Major League, in the MLB for 16 years, which included a trip to the World Series. However, some would argue he wasn't even the best athlete in his family. Who was a Sunset alum and where did he go?
I know the answer, but I won't answer because I want to see it online.
Put it in the comments. If you're first,
I
I'll have
know,
to get you
yep.
something. All
George
right.
Woodman.
All right, so plenty of time to see it. All right, I'm going to try to kill this picture, but there we go. All right, so put that in the comments. First one to answer gets the win. Well, guys, listen, we want to thank you for coming down. We're really looking forward to watching this year. Nothing but the best of luck this year. Stay healthy. Kick some butt.
Yeah,
win
thank
some
you so
games.
much, Manoa and Alonzo. God, we look forward to watching you. Can't wait till August 18th, Western, first game of the year. It's going to be so much fun watching you guys. Just all the best to you guys. Have a great season, and thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
No, thank you guys for
Thank
having
you.
us. Really do appreciate it. Thank you
Yeah,
guys.
I
for coming.
appreciate y'all for having us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anytime. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right.
Sure.
Be good, and God bless.
All right.
All right, Sunset Rewind 2023. We've got a new contest this year, Coach. Why don't you go ahead and explain it?
It's real simple. We've got $500, $1,000 we are giving away.
All right.
Anybody's eligible as long as you are a student at a Sunset League school. You don't have to be just an athlete. You can be anybody. Come on into our studio and sing the song by Johnny Cash, I've Been Everywhere.
Whoa.
You got to get all the lyrics right. We'll play the music for you. We've got the words, and if you nail it, $500. It's first come, first serve. Every Sunday when the season starts, we have what's called the fan zone. We shoot that from 9 to 10, so you can walk on in. We'll be here. Just wave to us. We'll bring you in. We'll put you on.
Sing a song, win $500. Sounds good.
Come take our money.